Bang! Neeves Knives, I'm Jared, and today we are checking out some new Kubey models. Now, these are relatively affordable models, considering, what you're getting. 14C 28M blade steel on this one with a beautiful harpoon clip point blade. Nice, large, flat ground, stone-washed blade. And then we have some white G10 scales with some really nice texturing. And I like how they put, the reversible deep carry clip inset with flat screws with a plate over here that looks really, really good. The clip, plenty of spring. This is going to be a highly functional clip. You got a little hidden lanyard back there. And the ergos on these, well, first off, Damned Designs, man, they really know how to do ergonomics. Pretty much every knife I've ever held from those guys has been just spectacular ergonomic wise. This thing, I love how it kind of cants down right there, just like my hand wants. Love a harpoon. I'm a sucker for a harpoon. This is obviously a button lock, and it is a flipping deployment, which they did an incredible job with the detent strength on this button lock. Kubey's coming up with their button locks for sure. No up and down, no side to side. Love to see that. Nice large stop pin. All these are just great attributes that I love in a pocket knife. And this flipper tab is nice and comfortable, great texturing. Break that detent, man. It is flying. And you can also use the button. Now, as far as cutting with it, this thing should be a dream to slice with, and to cut down on flat surfaces. Utility cuts, you are going to have to lift up a little bit higher to get to them, but you can do it. I also like the octagon-shaped pivot. The close is obviously rapid closing deployment because it is riding on ceramic caged bearings, and it's a button lock, which, just makes it drop free. So very easy to get out, get into action, get put back in, back in the pocket, or, just in a safer position. I like this thing. I like this thing a lot. I've always liked the Damned Designs. Now, as far as this one goes with negatives, the only thing I can really say, and, the plunge grind is okay. It could be better. It stops about right there. They did give you some life to sharpen up, so you will be able to sharpen a few times before you'll hit the plunge grind. I always prefer it to be a little bit bigger, but that's really the only negative I could come up with, as long as everything else is, your style. So yeah, good job, Kubey. Now, there is another Damned Designs one, pretty much the same model. This one is the KU392, and the other one's the 391. So the 392 obviously comes with a harpoon American Tonto, which an American Tonto has a very precise secondary tip, because the American Tonto is a little different than a modified Tonto or Japanese Tonto, because it does have the sharp secondary tip, because it's two straight lines going into each other. And it is a dual grind, but they're both flat grinds. It should slice really well, and you should be able to slice from here all the way out to that secondary tip very easily. Use that secondary tip to get into packages and stuff. And then the primary tip probably lands about the same spot as this guy. Yeah, pretty much. So, the utility cuts as far as, the primary tip goes is going to be about the same. 14C 28M blade steel, same G10, just a different color, same clip, inset with flat screws. You see the lanyard back there, it's, got a nice little hidden lanyard pin back there. Same action. Detent might be a little lighter on this. Yeah, it's a little bit lighter. It might be the blade is a little heavier, but still a reliable flipper, but definitely not as strong as the other one. But very, very comfortable. Is it the exact same ergos? Yeah. Yeah, very, very nice. So, yeah, pretty much all the same things. The one difference is the plunge grind. They did do a straight. I like that they did the plunge grind where you can see the end. Like with this one, you see how you don't have that second line? This is the important part, is this second line right here. Not this one, but this one, where it ends. And you can see that's how much life you have to sharpen off before it starts to hit the plunge grind. Now, all that'll do is chew up the plunge grind, but it can make it a little bit more difficult to sharpen and just, come with little issues here and there. So it's nice to have a bigger separation. Like I said, this one, you'll have a few sharpenings, but it'd be nice, if it just had a little bit more before you hit the plunge grind. Is it that big of a deal? Absolutely not. Next one. Now, this one is the KU393. And this one is obviously a Wharncliffe blade, or, you know, you'd call it a modified Wharncliffe, because it doesn't have just a straight tapering spine like a half a moon. It actually has this corner right there, but it's going to function just like, you know, a Wharncliffe. And it has this very precise, very low tip. And you see how it cants up like that? That can help you be able to use this portion of the blade on a flat surface without your fingers getting in the way, because it arches up. So, and then also utility cuts obviously are going to be insane with this thing. So opening packages, using it in pinch grips is going to be great. And then you're going to be able to slice all the way out here to the tippity tip, because, you know, you don't have any belly to slip out. Handle. Oh wait, blade steel is 14C28N. Once again, the plunge grind is better on this one. Look at the size of that one. That's really nice. That's great. That's perfect. I even like it bigger than this, but this is perfect. Like, this is very acceptable, you know, and you can see the secondary line right there where it hits. Now, the G10 scales do have inset steel liners, similar to the other model. Hidden lanyard pin back there, inset deep carry clip, you know, with, I mean, they're not flat screws, but they're, you know, countersunk as far as in the handle. And then you have the replacement plate over here. Again, button lock action, phenomenal. Yeah, rock solid, man. Good job. I want to spine whack it, but maybe I'll do it a little bit off camera and show you guys a little clip of that right now. I don't typically like to do any really strong hits on button locks from the start. I like to see them break in. And if they do fail, that typically doesn't really mean too much from the start. If it does it after a week of flipping it and using it and stuff, then yeah, I would say it's a little bit of an issue, or if it starts to. The ergos are very comfortable. This little corner right here does peek out, and I do feel this clip right there, but it's still comfortable. It's not, it's a little bit of a hot spot right there, just a little bit, but it's not bad. You know, it's primarily going to be used in pinch grips, but if you're going to have to do a slice, you're going to be able to do it just fine. Nice texturing on the G10. Again, great pocket clip. Nice texturing on the flipper tab. Launches out, rockets out, man. Great detent on this one as well. Wonder if I can reverse flick it. Yep, I can reverse flick it. That's really cool. I always like that. And that is a nice stone wash. So this is a really cool one. The only negative I have is this little hot spot back here. If they would have just maybe, I don't know, push the clip just a little bit farther in, it might not have, but I don't know, maybe it would have been worse. It's not that big of a deal. Now the next one is the same model. Like, yeah, isn't it? I think it's the same model, just, oh no, wait, is it? No, it's a little different, sorry. It is a little different. This one has a clip point, so this one is the 394, the KU394. I'll put any names up on the screen. Now this one is thumb stud action, and it has a 14C28N clip point, almost a buoy style clip point blade. It arches up just a little bit, has that trailing point tip that's going to be very precise, because a lot of clip points like this tend to have a higher tip. This one is nice and low. It's actually a little bit lower than the center of the pivot, so utility cuts are going to be great. And then because it doesn't have like a dramatic belly, you're going to be able to stay in cuts really nicely, plus cut down on flat surfaces. Let's check this button lock detent. Oh yeah, phenomenal detent. Once again, even for thumb studs. Yeah, they land in a great place. They have great texturing. These are really good. These are really, really good. Sharp tone plunge grind's good. You can see this, the secondary line that it separates from the edge. Very nice there. This one feels a little bit more robust than the others, but it still feels plenty slicey. Inset steel liners, once again, deep carry steel, deep carry clip that is reversible. And yeah, man, this one's pretty cool too. Not the biggest fan of the blade shape personally for me, but the ergonomics are great. You're going to be able to use it in the pinch grips really nice. You can choke up really nice right next to the edge for real powerful cuts. All in all, man, super, super solid knife, man. I'm impressed with these new button locks from Kubey. Actually, I'm very impressed with a lot that Kubey's doing right now, because they have that new KB line that is just badass, man. I mean, with this one, if I was going to add a negative, it's this little stop pin right there. I believe, yes, it does hit behind the edge. I do not like that, because I compliment the plunge grind, it does hit right there in the thicker portion, which is good. So I guess you probably could cut yourself a bigger choil if you need to in the future. But I just like to see them out of the way right there, you know, or at least pushed back, but just not right behind the edge. And it's not right behind the edge, so I want to be clear. You're going to get tons of life of sharpening out of this. You're probably never going to have to worry about this as an issue. This is the most minor nitpick right now I could possibly come up with. It's just I tend to care about the choils, the plunge grinds, and how many sharpenings I'm going to get. Everybody should, as far as how many sharpenings they're going to get, but you're going to get plenty out of this. You'll get your money out of it, and I don't think you'll ever sharpen that out whatsoever. The biggest thing is just if you do sharpen so much and you want to add your own choil, you're just going to have to put it in a little bit more forward. That's not a big deal though. They are just dropping heater after heater after heater, and I am loving it. So there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.